I want to bring in Mr. Dhanendra Kumar. You've been on the other side, so to say. You've been in the government. You were the chairman of the Competition Commission of India, and you've seen how government works and the impact of what government does. Tell us, how do you rate the economic stimulus? Where is it good and where it can be better?
Thank you, Anuragji. First of all, you started out by complimenting Newsx. Let me also take this opportunity of complimenting Business World. I've been following up your stories, and your stories are full of very relevant and contextual content. And I'm a great admirer of your Business World, so compliments to that. Now, coming back to your question, let me say a few things. First of all, when you are talking of India, you are not talking of one country really. You are talking like a continent. You are talking of a continent of, let's say, 33 states, many of whom are bigger than Britain and Germany and many others. So in a country like this, which has got so many states with different geopolitical and demographic content, the economic structure, to assess the impact of a stimulus like this in a national context is not easy. India's economy is basically comprised of, let's say, three main components. We all know that: agriculture, which is about 17%, manufacturing, which is about 29 or 30%, which includes mining and stuff, many things like that, and the services, which is the main thing, which is about 53-54%. Now, in a situation like this, the impact would be varied on different sectors. When we had this pandemic, services were, the sector was very badly hit, and informal sector in particular was very badly hit. Now, what are the priorities of the government right now? First of all, to feed our vulnerable population. And that's why the Prime Minister had announced initially in the package, and now they've extended it, free food in ration for about 80 crore people up to November. Now, this is a very big, in fact, world's largest feeding program on the planet. So they've undertaken that. So first of all, Jaan hai to Jahan hai, and then of course Jaan bhi. So first of all, to feed them, it's a big challenge, and they've undertaken that. Now comes the question of generating demand, which is one of your main questions. Now, we are going to generate this demand, as I see, and the constituents of various the components of this stimulus package through very productive investments in infrastructure and other areas like healthcare and education and so on. So infrastructure, it takes a lot of time, but it's a productive investment. Now, same is true in many other areas. Many people, many economists have calculated that the real stimulus, so to say, is something like 1.5 or 2%, not 10% as the government claims. Some people have also said that it is not really like a stimulus, it's like a sedative and stuff like this. Various analytical reports which have come out. But my view is that if the government had tried to put all that cash into the economy, it would have impacted the ranking by the various credit agencies and various rating agencies in the government, in the world. So therefore, what they have done is a very clever balancing of how much to give, where to give. In terms of its impact, it's going to take a little bit of time.
Okay.
It takes 6 months to 1 year. And just to complete one more second, that what could be done now? They need to expedite, they need to accelerate execution of those projects, and the states have to partner also very effectively.
All I wanted to ask you, if you had to make a bet about where the Indian economy will be in the next 12 months, what would you say?
I would put a bet of as much as you want to. In 12 months, I think we are going to recover most of it. In fact, go farther than what we are today. Now, why I say I'll explain. I'm not saying only as a political rhetoric. this is an opportunity for us to put the reset button on a number of things. We are adapting to a new normal. And I can tell you, I was long back in telecom, 98 to 2002. At that time, the tele density was 3%. Now we have about 130 crore telephones in India, and everybody, even in rural areas, they are hooked to telephone. Now, when we are switching to digital economy and virtual platform in most things, we are having teleconsultations with the doctors. We are having everything on telecom these days, transaction in money. We are having number of things, entertainment. We talked of virtual platform. I am aware of a particular startup which is in India and Singapore, where they are offering visits, travels, tourhq.com, travels around the globe on virtual platform, and in about 800 rupees, the entire family can sit and watch. And
but Mr. Kumar, after Anurag has done the breaking news of asking you to make a $3 trillion bet live on television, what's the golden goose? What gives you the most amount of excitement that, here in this area we can really crack it and, make money for the entrepreneurs and for the country?
See, $3 trillion, what we have been claiming or targeting earlier, quite honestly, it may be a little farther than what we had it earlier, but we'll be still close to it. When we hit this pandemic, there were 14 crore unemployed people suddenly in the first lockdown, second lockdown, and in the quarter. Now we have substantially recovered. We should have come. Now, $3 trillion, of course, is a very ambitious target, but with the investments that we are making in infrastructure, and also, by the way, let me say, we were unfortunately hit not only by this, and I have no hesitation in calling it Chinese virus, as President Trump also called, but by China also at our borders, which meant a number of things, including in our investments, which, let's say, in an investor, there are only 5% Chinese investment, but the entire thing goes now for an approval route. So the foreign direct investment, FDI, was also impacted, and a number of things.
Okay, sir, one prediction and one hope and one recommendation, sir.
Thank you very much. I am a born optimist, but this time I am really an optimist. We have got an opportunity, as my friends have just said, and let me say the following. I've had interaction in the last few weeks with several Indian young men and women in various institutions and otherwise, of course, on virtual platform. I'm really very encouraged. They are all bubbling with enthusiasm to do something. Now, they are entrepreneurs, they have ideas, we have to give them right opportunities, we have to help them. That is one part. But let me also say something which is not often recognized. In these states and in the districts, the district administration led by the IAS officers who are district magistrate directors,
yes.
We do not have any idea the amount of incredible work they are doing right now. Just Google and see the kind of incredible stories which you can see in various districts, which they are going out and doing themselves, innovating, helping people in the healthcare, in education.
Sir, I will take this up. You put out a very good idea. I've interviewed 6 district collectors in the past one and a half months. We should do more. Let me see if I can do one every couple of days to showcase ideas, because these are some really young and smart people, highly well educated, coming up with great ideas. Finish your thought, Mr. Kumar.
I would also just like to add one more thing. What I feel is that in this crisis, we must have some kind of a competition. I'm basically a competition man, as Mr. Anurag Batra said. I was the first chairman of the Competition Commission of India. But a healthy competition among the states and among the districts. Let them come out with innovative solutions for the problems that we are all experiencing in healthcare, in drinking water, in education. And they are all people who are conversant with the latest technologies in artificial intelligence, in machine-to-machine or various learnings and whatever else. So they can come up with new ideas.
Mr. Kumar,
experiment.
the happiest model will be with entrepreneurs like this that are represented on the panel here. They come up with the solutions and the ideas, and the state authorities are open to taking ideas from outside, and they use the competition model rather than the tender model. I was interviewing the guys from MyGov in this new this communication app competition that they've been doing. Is invite 10 people, the top 5 get this lakh, these many lakhs as an award, and the winner gets the contract. That's the way to proceed further. Mr. Menon,